we have studied the male reproductive organ in our previous lesson. In this lesson, we will learn about the female reproductive organ system. What do you think are the parts of the female reproductive system? The female reproductive system is a little more complex than the male reproductive system. The female reproductive system does not have organs outside the body. All the reproductive organs lie inside it. Let us have a look. These two oval-shaped parts are called the ovaries, and can you see the two tubes that hold them together? Do you know what they are called? Well, they are known as the fallopian tubes or oviducts. This bag-like structure here into which the oviducts open is called by an interesting name. Do you know what it is called? The uterus. Yes, this is the uterus, which is the part where the baby grows. The uterus opens up into a narrow passage which is called the vagina, and this part here where the uterus lining cleaves is called the cervix. Let us now understand the functioning of this organ. When a girl child is born, she carries within herself thousands of tiny immature eggs. As this child attains puberty and the reproductive system is completely matured, the eggs begin to mature. What do I mean by matured? These will now be female germ cells which will be capable of fertilization. Each month, one of the eggs from one of the ovaries will mature and will be released into the fallopian tube. In case it gets fertilized by a sperm, the resulting zygote, which is the fertilized egg, will then be implanted in the uterus. The zygote cells would multiply and grow into an embryo, and eventually a baby is formed. Why is the zygote implanted in the uterus and not anywhere else? The reason is quite simple. The uterus has an inner lining called the endometrium, and this lining provides nourishment to the growing embryo. Here there is a disc-like mass surrounding a part of the uterus, and there is a cord which connects this disc to the baby. The disc is called the placenta, while the cord is called the umbilical cord. I'm sure you must have heard this term quite often. Do you know how important this cord is? It is essential to supply the nutrients required by the growing embryo. The waste materials generated by the embryo are also taken away through the umbilical cord. The placenta contains villi, which are tiny projections of arteries which carry blood to nourish the offspring. Once the baby is fully grown and formed, the baby would be pushed out of the uterus. This is aided by the rhythmic contractions of the muscles of the uterus. The baby comes out of the vagina and can lead an independent life. The umbilical cord is cut, and thus the newborn child will now gain nutrition on its own. How does the baby get nutrition in the initial months of its life? Yes, the mammary glands are also a part of the reproductive system. These provide nutrition in the form of milk post-birth. Thus, the female reproductive organ is the site where the zygote fertilizes. It is also the place where the baby attains complete growth to live as a new individual. With this, we complete the chapter reproduction, and we hope you had fun learning it.